What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another video today, and in this video I'm going to be taking a look at the NG Models October 2021 releases. This is a pretty jam-packed month this month. The hints just dropped today, Saturday, October 2nd. Usually NG does not drop the hints on the weekend, but it does seem like that has changed with this month, so I assume that means there is no consistency as to when NG announces hints or even the releases. It just kind of varies on when they're ready to announce them. But we have a whopping 22 models that are planned for the October 2021 releases, and according to what I saw NG post, it seems like that this release is going to be split up into a couple of batches, just because of how many models are going to be made this month. So I would expect some to be sent out to retailers in November, December, somewhere around the window. I would hope that some of them do arrive before Christmas, because there's a couple of models that I want for Christmas, so, yeah. We got 3 737s, 3 747s, 1 757, 2 A330s, 3 A350s, 1 TriStar, 3 Tupolev Tu-204s, 1 Comac ARJ21, 2 Zon Y20s, and for the 1-200, which makes its grand return this month, there's a total of 3 releases. One of each of the CRJ, Gulfstream 5, and Comac ARJ21. So looking to be a pretty interesting month for many collectors across the globe, so at least one release that will be bought by me this month. But I do have my predictions up, kind of a little bit randomized, I guess, except for some of the American stuff. But for the 3 737s, November 2-1 is going to be Maryland 1. I did see a couple retailers post about this as some type of future release or something, perhaps. But I do suspect that they are going to do Maryland 1. It did get the new hardtail fairly recently, so I would hope that NG does both the Canyon Blue and the hardtails. The Canyon Blue for those that kind of prefer it with a Canyon Blue, and the hardtail for those that like to keep their collection up to date in terms of special liveries, which in this case, Maryland 1 now has the hardtail. The Bravo-1, I had a little bit of a difficult time trying to determine, but I did go with the China Southern Zhuhai livery. I did ask a couple of other collectors, and they just kind of came up with this, so this is what I'm going with. November 3/8 is probably going to be a United 737-900, perhaps a Evo Blue release, which I would definitely get, so that's already 2 models that I would really want. Moving down to the 747 SPs, we got HL7s, or Hotel Lima 7s, and this is the first time that they have done any type of Korean release from my understanding, but those 2 are going to be Korean Airs, which will be very interesting to see. One of them will probably be a special livery. And the Bravo 2, that might be a CAAC release, so that will be quite interesting. 1 757, November 4/8. This is going to be United New Livery, no question. Again, this is another future release that got posted on a couple of retailers. November 4/8, 127 is the United 757-200 that does have the full flavor Evo Blue livery. So this will be the first one to have that, apart from the Herard Here's, which have the updated United titles, which are enlarged. I do have the New York, New Jersey NG release, which is pretty cool. I'd love to get the California one if I can find it. 2 A330s this month. We have an Echo India. I went with Aer Lingus. It's kind of an easy guess, but I think some others have kind of guessed, like Alitalia or perhaps a DHL Hong Kong Air A330 freighter. But Aer Lingus is a pretty easy guess to go with. Bravo 5, I suspect that this might be a China Eastern. I don't think they've done one. I think, now that I think about it, I think they have. So this might be a bit more of a re-release than an actual new release. 3 A350s, 2 Bravo-3s. I think both of them are going to be China Southerns. One of them probably a special livery, if they even have any special livery A350s in the China Southern fleet. And then the Foxtrot-Hotel, Air France. It's a pretty easy guess to go with. I'm not sure if they've already done one. I don't think they have. 1 TriStar, Juliet Alpha 8. This will probably be All Nippon Airways or ANA. And then 3 Tupolev Tu-204s. We got 2 RA-64s, Romeo Alpha-64 releases. One of them, I kind of went with a little bit random predictions. One of them will be like a Rush jet, maybe an Aeroflot, and another will be like a Russian government-operated aircraft. The Bravo 2, I was not sure on what that one was going to be, so that'll be kind of a bit of a roll of the dice for me. 1 Comac ARJ21, a Bravo-00, Demonstrator livery maybe? I don't know. And then two Jean Y-20s, if that's how you even pronounce that. They have done this before. We got 2-0 and 1-1. I have no clue what those are going to be. And then finally, the three 1-200 releases. We got one CRJ, November 6-2, perhaps a Delta release with a Bravo Romeo suffix. So example would be like November 627 Bravo Romeo. They might even do an Independence Air, because I did see Independence Air did have a couple CRJ 200s with that kind of registration, so perhaps Independence Air as well would be my second guess. Gulfstream 5, a 6XX, perhaps a U.S. government-operated one, so maybe like Air Force or Coast Guard maybe, although I think they have done releases of both of those at some point. And another Comac ARJ21, same registration, hint, so perhaps it might be the same livery as the 1-400 release. Overall, looking to be a really awesome set of releases this month. A little something for everyone here. Even the European collectors do get a couple of releases they get to choose from. For example, the Echo India A330 and the Foxtrot Hotel A350. And the Asian collectors are going to have pretty much a lot of stuff to choose from, because I see a lot of Bravo Dash registered hints, and a Juliet Alpha one as well. And then American collectors will also have a couple of releases. The two 737s and the Sol 75, and even perhaps 1-200 if you are collecting that as well. So yeah, going to be a very long release video, so make sure you stick around for this. It's going to be fun to do. So we'll go ahead and cut over to the releases now. Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday or Saturday, depending on when I get this uploaded and when you're watching, if I do upload it on Friday, at least in my time zone. So yeah, the releases finally came out on Friday, October 8th. About a week or so wait since the hints dropped, because from what I heard, there was a Chinese national holiday going on, so perhaps they were out of the office and could not make a proper release announcement. We finally do have them out, so seems like there's still the 20-plus models or whatever, so we'll see what's going on, but this will be interesting to see what happens. Excuse me. First up, we have 77006, and it is Maryland 1. This one is with the Canyon Blue tails, so better hope that there's a Heart tail release in there, because if there is, I'm going to be getting it, and of course there is, so that's one model that I can get from this release set. How convenient. And I do see we have another 737-700, which is 77008. What is this going to be? Oh, this is quite interesting. Okay, this picture is from airliners.net. I will have to find who originally took this photo and then link the photo in the description, because, well, I just want to give proper credit, because it doesn't seem like that they did here in this case. But this is another Maryland 1 release, but it does have a blue nose cone, so I'm not sure if I remember seeing this at one point. And if I did, I would have had concerns that they were repainting this into the Heart livery, but it just seems like that they didn't, and perhaps the nose cone, they just needed a replacement one for the time being, and that's what they did. So, kind of an interesting Maryland 1 release, and why we don't have a proper CGI image, I don't know. Current livery, the only difference would be that the Korean Air titles on the current aircraft have been enlarged by a good amount, just so you can see them better. 07017 is a Korean Air 747 SP, another one. Looks like this is for, what is that, the 2002 FIFA World Cup in Korea. So if we do check the thing, yep, it is the 2002 FIFA World Cup, as I expected. Moving on to our Sol 757 53180, it is a United 757-200. Evo Blue. Two models now that I will be getting. 62027, we have an, Air Lingus A330-300. And this is in the 1990s livery. This is what I heard a couple of collectors were hoping for to be released, and it does seem like that's the case. Full-on A330-300 retro livery, I guess, even though I think some of the A330s that were delivered during the time that this is the current livery had this livery applied, but very interesting release. I would have picked it up if it was a new livery, but I think I'll pass on that just because it's a retro. Not saying I don't like it, but it's just not within my criteria. 39023 is a French B, Airbus A350-900. Now, I predicted Air France for this one, but it does seem like it is a French B release. So I'm kind of interested in French B. I've never seen them before, but they seem like an interesting airline. 31023, we have an All Nippon Airways Lockheed TriStar Juliet Alpha 8501 is the registration. It's an old livery too, which is even better. I do not think the underbelly is going to be polished because they're still having issues with that from what I know. I think they might have tried it before and it didn't work, so they're just painting it silver to kind of compensate until they can get that figured out. Hopefully they do. 41002 is, looks like this has to be like the Russian government aircraft. Tupolev Tu-204-300. Registration Romeo Alpha-64057. Moving on to 40005, that's a lot of zeros. It's a DHL Tupolev Tu-204. Registration Romeo Alpha-64024, I think. It does seem like that's the case. Moving on to the 1200s now, we have an Independence Air CRJ 200. And this is kind of the secondary guess that I had for this one, even though I went with, I think, Delta. Yeah, very interesting airline. I don't know too much about it, but this was made probably back in the 2000s when all these legacy carriers were trying to start their own airline within an airline, like Delta with Song, TED with United, or United with TED, I should say. 75011. It is a, what is this? Hellenic Republic. Perhaps this is this like Greece, maybe? Greek aircraft? I don't know for sure, but it is a Gulfstream 550. Yeah, it doesn't provide me too much other than the fact that it's the Hellenic Air Force, if that's how you pronounce it. Might be Greek, I don't know. The flight looks a little bit familiar to me. 39021, we have another realistic photo. This is a China Eastern Airbus A350-900, and the image copyright tag is still down there, so what you're going to see is just a black screen, because I don't want to get in trouble for using this photo, so I'll just kind of leave it as a black screen. But it's a pretty basic China Eastern livery, so nothing too special anyways, so I wouldn't really expect too much. 39022, it is a China Eastern A350, another one. This is another Jet Photos image. It does have the image copyright tag. So what you're getting on this one is the first Airbus A350 delivered from China. So I would assume that this aircraft was built in China. So it is a Chinese-built Airbus A350. And how fitting that it goes to a Chinese airline. Okay, that looks to be about everything. We'll move on to 58120. This one is a China Southern 737-800, another special livery and another realistic photo. So this livery looks to be the Zhuhai City of Youth, which is the livery that I predicted, which is kind of amazing that I got that right. So yeah, very interesting livery. This is really interesting. Moving on to 07018. So the releases are kind of all jumbled up here. We do have a CAAC 747 SP. It looks like this is another realistic photo. Why they can't seem to use CGIs this month, I don't know. Perhaps some of these releases are going to get delayed. I wouldn't be too surprised if that was the case. But, yeah, very interesting. Another, as I said, another picture, another real picture. This is from airliners.net. It does have a little copyright tag, so I don't want to include this photo in there. 62028, and my god, they can't stop using real photos. This is a Sichuan Airlines Airbus A330-300. So it looks like the special livery on this one is the Changhong colors. Or Changhong, whatever it is, I'm not sure. But it's a very interesting livery. A lot of red on there, a lot of, symbols and everything. There's a lot of cool stuff on there. 40002 is an Air China Cargo, Tupolev Tu-204. Didn't realize that Air China operated these, more or less their cargo operations, so that's very interesting. 22008 is one of our Sean Y20s. 20047 is the registration. It would be nice if they could use the registration as an item number. And of course, we do have another one, does have some slightly different text on it. There is some tags on it, so I don't want to include this photo in there as well. So basically, it looks kind of the same as the last one, except that there's no flag for the country of China. And the registration is white, and there's a little symbol down there, which I would think would be for the same operator, PLA Air Force, so nothing too special there. Back to CGIs, 21016 is our Comac ARJ21, registration Bravo-3328. And this looks to be, doesn't have anything special on it. It is operated by Comac, so this is perhaps a demonstrator aircraft. The 21013, this is another real photo, which does have another tag, so I won't include this photo, but basically this is another Comac ARJ21, and it has some black up towards the front of the aircraft, along with like what looks to be a gold line separating the black color from the white color. Registration on this one is Bravo-001X. And does have CBJ on the tail as well, which I think would stand for like Comac business jets or something, or something like that, I don't know. And then finally, 20103. Oh yeah, and that would be all the releases, and that release is in 1200, by the way. So yeah, I do notice a little bit of a typo. Apparently the Sichuan Airlines A330-300 Changhong Colors is going to be released in 1:125 scales. So, if you like extra large models, then there you go. But I suspect that that's a typo, and that will be fixed once NG knows what, once NG is aware of the error. But yeah, plenty of releases to choose from this month. There's a lot of realistic photos, so I do apologize if I couldn't show all the photos. But I will link photos of whichever aircraft that I couldn't show on screen in the description. So I'll go onto Google and find some photos of the aircraft, which probably won't be the exact match of whatever photo that NG used on their website, but it'll still give you a good idea of what aircraft they decided to release. Lots of American stuff. Actually only 4. United, and then the 3 Southwest. There's actually, oh, goodness me. I skipped over one. 79006. This is a, United 739 Evo Blue. So that is another one they'll be getting. Yeah, I kind of forgot that one. No, I didn't skip through anything else, but I did skip through that United 737-900ER Evo Blue, so I'll be getting that one. So the 2 Evo Blues, and then the Southwest Maryland one with a hardtail. The Korean Air SPs are pretty nice, with the FIFA World Cup option. Aer Lingus delivery livery from the 90s. That's kind of a very interesting release. And China Eastern, first C350 delivered from China. Also a pretty cool release to see. Airshow China 2021, that would explain some of the deliveries that we did see here. Both the Sean Y20s and the ARJ21B that we got. It does look like that they were, it was released twice, once in 1/400 and once in 1/200, but they didn't bother using different photos, so I just kind of assumed it was the same release. And, yeah, that is really about it for this release video. So, pretty jam-packed month this month. A lot of options to choose from, so definitely get some models while you can. I would suspect that the Southwest Maryland one releases, all 3 of them, and both United Evo Blues are going to sell out pretty fast, so make sure to get your order in before you miss out. So with that being said, that is the end of the video. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.